Hey guys and gals, and welcome back to my playthrough of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Now, last we left off, what the hell happened? Oh yeah, I found... Oh, Theodora dead. I fought a Chaos Spawn, and I barely survived it. Of course, I did. What else? Oh yeah, I became the sole surviving heir of the Valancius bloodline, and now I own the entire, well, I guess you can say asset of, Valancius Rogue Trader assets, and also the Warrant of Trade. So let's speak to Albert. Albert surveys you briskly but meticulously, as though he is inspecting you for his shortcomings. Then he offers a courteous nod. Lord Captain. Let's talk about things. Let us know about our seneschal. As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know? Tell me about yourself. What would you do before? Let's do this. I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. Albert replied proudly. No, used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job, it was my calling, the essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora, but in my heart and mind, I'm still an Imperial officer. I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcements to the Rogue Traders' army on one of the frontier worlds. Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the Rogue Traders' personal council. It was a difficult choice for me, but I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force, one who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wilderness of the Expanse. The way you talk about Theodora, I'm beginning to think you are in love with her. What? Albert appears to have lost the power of speech. Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless and bordering on insulting. He rose his brows and adds, utterly baseless. Leaving the Imperial Navy is far from easy. Why were you permitted to quit your post? You could say there was no one among the naval command who was willing to impede the wishes of the Rogue Trader. To do so would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. Albert chuckles. Abelard. Goddammit, I keep calling him Albert. I don't know why. The Lord Captain possesses certain contacts in the Imperial Navy, contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world, and which it enables her to make me an offer that resulted in me joining her retinue. Coercion check succeeded. Albert seems to crack slightly under your intense stare. The Navis Imperialis is an ancient institution with its own mandates and muster list. On occasion, in the heat of an official briefing or an informal discussion, I violated those rules. Determined to press my point, it is challenging to choose the words to accurately express my opinion on a situation or the actions of others that do not sound overtly slighting or confrontational. Many in command were inclined to view my manner of speaking as unbefitting a person of my rank. Do you have family? I'm a widower. Abelard responds demurely. I'm a father of 4 and, if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11. Damn. My family lives on Dargonus. None of my children expressed any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship, and I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps. Okay. Let's talk about things that may be useful for me as a rogue trader. Abelard nods approvingly. A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I'm ready to acquaint you with all the particulars of that interest you? Can you tell me about his, yeah, I'm curious about him. Win says the thought of from a toothache, and he makes no attempt to hide his feelings. You know, Lord Captain, I'm no admirer of fine art, but when we next find ourselves in a civilized port with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad 40k. Then that he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. Albert frowns for a moment, then continues, we both served Lord Captain Theodore for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labor to this day. His service always garnered my respect, but everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you're taking comfort in the thought that he will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps. Oh crap. Well, then again, he is a follower of Zinj. This is the topic of an official briefing, not a casual conversation, but I will try to answer succinctly, and if you permit, in my own words. Albert takes a breath and begins. Corona's expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble, and in the only major port, Imperial frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Corona's expanse could hardly have been called an Imperial region. The situation has changed with the arrival of Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak, but ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Corona's expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue trader has the sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted to them by the Warren to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier. Yeah, I believe. Also, the only way into the Corona's expanse is basically the maw, a warp gate that basically, it's like a jaw basically. It basically shuts and opens pretty much at random, and it's pretty much a Hail Mary attempt when you try to go through it. Okay. In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of Lord Inquisitor has turned the Corona's expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who have grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers, they wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the expanse. The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Basta'al Corda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them. If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, massive voice and notorious hotbed for vice trade and rogue trader intrigue. Among the scum that dwells on the handful of asteroids, there are three factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Casablanca Casablanca mission, Footfall chapter of one of the most successful crime syndicates in the Imperial Man, founded in the collection center. Wait a minute. Is this the one that basically preaches, like, the God Emperor is not a man, and Xeno's tech is not to be feared and whatnot. I distinctly remember there was like a specific syndicate that may or may not have been popped up by a Inquisitor to basically function as a sister to the Inquisition. Kind of like a opposite effect, but they kind of lost control of it. I don't know. Organized crime in its most primitive form, it holds sway over the ledges of the Leech of Footfall and has linked to Road Trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, the follower of Saint Drusus. The cult of Saint Drusus, a legendary hero of the Angevin Crusade, who founded the Calixtus sector for the Imperium of Man. They're actively building their forces and holding influence over Road Trader Corda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of Adeptus Mechanicus, yet they are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronus Expanse. Also, the Adeptus Mechanicus, many people basically say they're like under the Imperium of Man, but in reality they're more like partners to the Imperium. Like when the Emperor founded them on Mars, he kind of signed it that, you know, both of them will join in hand, hence the two eagle heads, one for the Imperium of Man, one for the Adeptus Mechanicus, and basically they will aid each other, you know, till the end of time, I believe. Okay, that's all for now. I may take my leave until next time, Senator Shaw. Yeah, let's not do this. Let's not forget my station. Or cabin. Ever gives you a regulation salute. Okay. Where is... Oh, you over here. About the things. Hello, Idira. A tall, middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implant at her temple. Her collar is undone, and one of the claps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, Idira turns her head towards you and offers a crooked smile, even as her eyes look right through you. What's the... You know Theodora von Valencia as well? Shakes her head. None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well, not even Abelar. And she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from that off that if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'll be going through an airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong, only when I was asked. Her eyes darkened, and a strange, otherworldly expression came over her face. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valencius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the path between them. I still think I can hear her voice. Lets out a sharp breath and shakes her head. Things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't that right? The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. One that whispers to her about corruption and heresy. Idra falls silent and then, in a different voice, adds, "The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head." I mean, yeah, Adeptus Sororitas are they're the most zealous factions among the Imperium, and let's just say they're nice. They're the people they burned or the people they purged might not have been heretics. About your abilities. Noticeable effort with her eyes on you, and she let out a nervous laugh. What are you talking about, Lord Captain? Your Psychos are only granted the right to live with the Emperor's blessing. Have you been to Terra? Says nothing for a few seconds, then exaggerate roll her eyes. Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut. If it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship, and my implants are better than the ones they can put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't be living as long as I have. Augmentation and Terra. Yep. Yeah, basically this is Earth. Where do you came from? Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region in the Corona's expanse. The deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of Rogue Trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best. Tell me about it. It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents, but they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I wrung her shaking hands. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss, trust me. But here, on the ship, it is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I've seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I feel like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy, just through the bulkhead. In the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into a ripping stuff. Look at me, rambling on. Oh Lord Captain, pay no attention. You never finished your story. It wasn't. Robson knows. It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collections, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, alright? What do you do before you came on the ship? Embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. Ha! Cackles. I did the same thing I do here. Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prize the ability to see into the future. Even psychers that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life. People like me were especially sought after. They pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, and even abducts them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed that there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue, and then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone as smart as and talented as me. You know, some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time. No looks at you expectantly, then, as though clarifying, she used her hands to indicate the head exploding and laughed. How do you end up on the Rogue Trader service? Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the rule I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's not a business of mine anyway. Theodora squints as if she peering through something far away. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I look at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. And as I gawped at her, all of a sudden I hear a whisper, a hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I knew the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the warders dragged me away. Then they beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It was my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. All I could tell them my warning, so I could tell them my warnings in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. So I entered the service of a Valancius dynasty. Have you ever been off the ship? A few times, not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can, after some Amsac. This is the potent alcoholic drink. The girl winces and rubs her eyes. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy. Okay. What's it like being a psyker? Tilts her head to one side as though listening closely to something. Lord Captain, forgive me, but it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you. Every psyker feels a connection to the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eyes, another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I got a door in my head, one that opens just a crack. There are no ways to close it. No matter how hard I try, you just had to get used to the whisper from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely, but I usually just try not to notice it. What will happen if your doors burst open? But then a shrill, strained quality to her laughter. Well, if the doors opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me. I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight. Yeah, if she does that, basically she becomes a warp portal. A warp portal. Can you see my future? Wrinkles her nose and look around, then she wipes her hands, give her head a shake and fully nods. Alright, that's what I'm here for after all. So I'll just going to lean on the door of my hand a little bit more, pick up my ears and listen to what the warp is going to say about you. Grinds, if you allow it, can I listen right now? Sure. Alright, let's hear what they whisper about you. The girl laughs, rubs her hand together and suddenly freezes where they walk. Rest light till you can feel goosebumps appear on your skin and your collar begin to waver so slightly. The walls of a breeze have open door. Seek not firm ground, but in the golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear: when the vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know if it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, road trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. The chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks and the scent of oil confuse his nose. A chained trail after him. What will happen if you picked it up? Will you become his mistress? Or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glowing dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A native cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? Okay, I must take my leave now. Of course. Always at your service whenever you need me. Okay. That was terrifying. Oh. Man, I truly hope that... No. Where is the one where I get, not the map. Worship management. Ooh, starboard. Hull, ram. I can upgrade stuff. Worship management, no, what? Is unavailable now, okay. This? Other weapon, all. Okay, so I believe I can upgrade my ship somehow. Oh well. Where's the objective? Oh, wait a second, there's something here? Or see? No, over here. Trouble, sir? Oh, you. Boy, Boxmaster, a thin pale woman sitting among the rest of the crew. There's a thick bundle of cables coming out of her back of the skull and disappearing under her ceremonial garments. And you see the grate of a quietly humming vox where her mouth should be. The woman sees you and bows her head in respectful greetings. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Connecting to the vessel's hands, I wish to boost the morale of my crew. Hence, Foxmaster nods. Hence, it is done, Lord Captain. With the rousing speech and hear your voice rolls through the ship, it reaches even the normally quiet corners of the vessel. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. That will be all for now. Okay. Is there something here? Okay. Let's just bite the bullet. My parents came from my heritage, generation after generation of people who spent their entire lives deep in the depths of this void ship. Neither we nor our ancestors ever have left our home, but in the same can be said about many denizens of the Imperial Million Worlds. We are used to the silence of the cosmos and the voice of the ship. There are thousands of us, but we dwell far from the Lord Captain's upper decks and remain unseen. We are the Voidborn. Where does this word came from? Because we are children born in the void between the stars, be it in the womb of a traveling vessel, an orbital satellite, or a forgotten asteroid station. Low gravity, voyages through the warp, and the countless dangers of space travel, everything others hate and dread is second nature to us. Tell me about the lives of the Voidborn in my crew. To us, the groans, the creak, and the murmurs of the ship sound the way babbling brooks and stinging birds do to the world dwellers. We hear the ship breathe, know what it is feeling and thinking. We are part of the ship, just like it is a part of us. We perform numerous functions, and where there are many officers among our number, some maintain order and prevent mutiny. Others serve as shepherds and support the crew. And some devote themselves to mending the body of the spirit of the vessel. Most of the Voidborns are members of large void ship dynasties that bear responsibility for certain aspects of the ship's life. For 300 years, the main branch of the Toliman dynasty has produced the ship's Voxmasters, and most of our subordinates came from the cadet houses of the dynasty. How do other treat you? We look, speak, and move differently from the inhabitants of the planetary worlds. Our way of life, traditions, and quirks frighten these people just like the darkness of the cosmos. Many believe us to be bringers of ill fortune, and alas, it is the Voidborn who get the blame for terrible warp phenomena during the long voyages. Hesitates before continuing. Several years ago, an unfortunate warp jump caused all the food on board to spoil. 15 days later, a hungry and furious crew nearly massacred everyone on the lower decks, blaming us for the misfortune and hoped to restock the larders with our flesh. I would have been killed during the mutiny had Idra Talas not show up in the right place at the right time. She came to my rescue, and the scoundrels' fear of her was even greater than their fear of the Voidborn. Okay. Looks like you're close. Tiny wrinkles appear in the corners of his hands and only hint that the Voxmaster is smiling. The Voidborn seldom make friends, especially among the captain's entourage, but you see, many consider Idra to be different. I am different too. So we have spent plenty of time at each other's company, discussing regicide over a glass of Amzac. Yeah, I believe this is their version of chess. Yeah. But how the hell do you drink? Except Idra changed after one incident, and we started to drift apart. The death of Lord Captain Theodore made her withdraw even more. I do not know if Idra considers me her friend now, but we used to be very, very close. It is good that I can still look after her in my own way. I hope she will find the sense and clarity in mind. Really? Oh, whatever. Let's return to business. That'll be all for now. Okay. That all? Huh. Oh, whatever. Says some things over here. Oh. Lashman melts before you, not without difficulty. A silver skull whirls over his shoulder while his finger of his augmented hands drum against the chef papyrus he's holding, and he regards you with attentive interest through the lens of a magnifying implant. Greetings, your ladyship. Janus Dunrock, at your service. You do not look, well, you do not have the same waistline, I will say that. I want to know about who will buy our plunder. Of course, Lord Captain. Who interests you, exactly? We most often deal with followers of Saint Duruna the Explorers and the Kasbalika mission, or the Emperor forgive us, the Fellowship of the Void. Who the hell's that? You missed a laugh-like gurgle, a pompous name, is it not? In truth, they're a gang of pirates who are forever squabbling over loot and territory. However, some of their little flotillas need supplies, or can take awkward cargo off our hands without asking questions. Of course, there are always a risk that these scoundrels will change their mind and attempt to board us instead. But so far, our macro cannons have managed to keep them in line. They say Reza Cavaria speaks on the Fellowship's behalf. The Adeptus Amasekus on footfall is rumored to be her favorite haunt. Ah. Why are you giving away our spoils to these people in the first place? To profit from them, of course. Most of the things you'll find during expeditions are complete junk to one such as yourself, but the less fortunate and affluent servants of the Emperor think them treasures, especially when they are bestowed by the great rogue trader herself. Cruising fanatics and pirate cutthroats, Kasbalika dealers and explorators, none will refuse our help in these dark and trying times, and there are many who came with aid, and it will be beneficial to have allies within it. Okay. That's enough. Let's just go speak to our friend over here. Yep. Argenta. This Argenta looks tired, and there are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair somewhat disheveled, and she makes as she moves like she's a little on edge. You said you have a personal request for me? I indeed have a request, rogue trader. The curious servants of chaos who assaulted the ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they are orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their post until their bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Valencia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps a rogue trader could meet with the orphans. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. As you wish, rogue trader. Thank you for your granting my request. A group of children and adolescents, clearly dressed in their finest, freshly pressed clothes, form a straight line before you. Some stare at you with eyed eyes like you're some mythical creature, others hesitate if you look away. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping eyes on these pups. Guns the gathered children. It is hardly the Schola Virginium in here, but we have provided orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Yeah, basically Schola Virginium, essentially whenever officers die, their kids will be taken to these Schola Virginiums to mold into the next generation of officers. Standing at the side of the ship, next to the youngest visitor, you notice her given looks inconspicuous gesture of encouragement. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing, "Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you. The one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House 1 Valencias." Give them treats and escort them to their homes. I believe in no. Address the children. As I am rogue trader. As speak to you now. Your parents give their lives. Let's do this. I mean, I am thinking of like smiling at them, but Frankly, I need to set an example here. The show hangs on your every word with bated breath, only a few tears at the far end. See, so I'm not particularly impressed by your speech. Yeesh. Suddenly, the sound in the module are drowned out by the very loud stifle. It had the effect of a dam burst. You now hear whispers, sobs, and subtle gestures. One of the orphans, a teenager with thin scars across his face, tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents are died in the desert for you, noble lad, and you just give us speeches?" It quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flash in the dark. She wanted to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. No. Speak. Let's do this. Most violently, not at all like a child. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates a bit either. We keep slaving away on this ship until we drop dead like our folks, or worse. But they gave our lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship. The Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fates with anger and disdain. When the pirates killed your parents and attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought, and I repelled and saw quickly I could. But no war can be. No. Nah. This one sounds like I'm just deflecting here. So let's do this. You heard the rogue trader. His work carries the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, then catches the will give you an awkward bow. Edward gives a sign, and the servants immediately emerge carrying a package of treats with Valancius emblazoned on the wrapper. It appeared that the seneschal had came prepared for any contingency. Good. That's good. Really? You're just gonna throw it? Agenda rubs her temple past. She smiles at the younger children, offers a few more words of encouragement, and leaves to bay. Can I follow? Okay, good. Come on. This is our Argenta. This does radiates energy with her darkness. I shine his hands. And Doggo, greetings. How do you end up on Theodora's ship? Darkness visibly. I first came here when I found myself leading a passage from Footfall to a remote planet, but I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me abroad prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I should stop short. I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the arch-enemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, where her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I was barely recovered from my wounds when the pirate struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There are no place where we can be safe from their machinations. Yeah, let's do this. Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. Oh, how I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday. You mentioned a mistake. It happens even to the best of us. I didn't say heatedly. Then she frowns and lowers her heads for a moment. My mistakes are mine burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them. Where did this happen? On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard. We could go to the planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers. Her eyes glint, she hesitates, but then she shakes her head with a sigh. The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the Valancius Protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now, perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared. What's it like traveling in the ship? I haven't been here long, just one journey from Footfall and the other journey. The majority of which I spent in the confines of the Med Bay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayer and ruminations. than on the people around me or the journey itself. During the last journey, Sensual Worsen stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He was an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistic system as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There's no place for Idra Talos among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't even in league with the pirates. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason has run in this place. Idra frowns and shakes her head. I'm glad that we all made it through the dark hour. May the day that follows be bright. Okay. Yeah, basically, Sisters of Battle hates chaos in any way, shape, or form. They hate mutants, they hate Xenos, they hate heretics. Even, like, they will work on void ships, but grudgingly. But they will never try to see the navigators. Like, even with navigators and, like, app humans, they hate them. Okay, so what the hell am I doing here? What the hell is this? Oh, wait. Damn! What's this? Crap. Menora's point of a starport. What's this? The Prism Planetoid. Scanners required. Michael Majoris. What's of interest? Can I see my official facility? No. Okay. By right of blood, this is dead. Any quests, errands, new bloods. Michael Manoris, Indian Seer. Let's get a guide. Yeah, let's get a guide. Where is that? Unidentified voice ship. Wait, where is the guide? One may be found in Nephis to play station. Lord Captain, I'm reporting. The heralds of the Nephis Nobility stations are still maintaining walk silence, perhaps due to Iraq 5 being off limits to visitors. We are intercepting the signal from drifting beacons in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks, but presumably it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Nephis Nobility House requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Let's do this. Aye, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear statics and Regis' message voice. The officers from the Argot room perform a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note waves distortions of unclear genesis that threw off most of the readings. So, like jammers? We're unable to learn that the reactor core of the station is still active. We're able to learn that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some are fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. The question is, why are the esteemed navigator heralds ignoring us? Do this. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after the official greetings by the rogue trader and the declaration of intent to negotiate in person. Let's land on it. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to go look for the esteemed navigator's blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor's light your path. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is certainly bad. Red ones.
Que miticae non sanatum, verum sanat, que verum non sanatum, ignis sanat. Spera melius. Male iteri. Favete linguis. Ex toto corte tuo. Consente discende. Quoque in interitu vestre ridebus.
Well, this is certainly suspicious. Much as you will be concerned to oblivion of your transgression against House Orsalio. Immortal Emperor, deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help you, servants of the damned. Their chaos. In the name of House Orsalio, I command you to execute these infidels. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. A tall man stopped you with a gesture from your approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his face, both other people and his own. Two jet black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lower lid of the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the ocean of souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Answer in High Gothic. This system has enjoyed the protection of the Winterscale dynasty for many years. Admittedly, I do not expect to meet another rogue trainer in my lifetime. And since the fate had brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this place. So you did not arrive to reinforce the traitors? This is a great news. Having said that, I need to point out that Iraq 5 is a whole place of House Orsalio, a sanctum sanctorum that is open only to a few chosen attendants, and pains me to say you are not on the expected guest list. Let's not expose ourselves so fast. A betrayal, a most vile thing in the life of nobility, is it not? I was backstabbed by my closest friend, Theobald Orsello, the other keeper of Renfire and my mentor. On his instruction, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner, the venal bastards. By the throne's light, I swear I'll cast their souls into the voice of the stars. And furiously slammed the end of his staff into the floor. The madman has captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are enjoying small talks down here. Help me rescue her, but waste no time, friends. I still have questions concerning the station. Our idle chatter will not save Lady Cassia, but if you will make sure you putting help, have your way. Why did you not? Yeah. Already said, it is sacrosanct and is the holy domain of navigability. It sounds like you don't want to. Tell me about your mistress. Regularly, I'm not allowed to discuss my mistress either with her retinue or the outsider. She will tell you about herself when she feels like it. Assuming she survives, that is. I'm begging you not to waste our time. The regular really blushed away the strands of bloody hair. Trust me, I should know. Everything happened too quickly, and there were dozens of reports of calamities, victims of failing systems. But the only precious thing about aboard the station is misconnections. Okay. Take it by force. You must have treatment. Do not even. If I will.
Submit, and you'll die quickly.
Stand your ground!
Okay, let's just all hide here. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Anything else?
Okay, good. I really hate the fact that you can only do something once. Yeah.
Nothing I can't do. Nothing of value has been lost.
Oh yeah, I just realized when Doctrine's reputation. I remember doing something about the freaking linear purification. How the hell do I use this? Oh, whatever.
Too easy.
That's in deer. He's gonna run away, of course. Tide of time and space. Okay.
Let's do
this.
it.
Okay. Where can I go? Let's
God
run here.
Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! I will not!
Let's just see you. Oh crap.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay. Now, what can you do? Ugh. I could go around here and just whack him. But then I'll be open to shots by these bozos. Times like these, I'm really hoping for a grenade. Yeah, let's do
It
this.
will be done.
Really?
Indeed.
Let's do this. Okay, I'm done. Okay, good. Ow. Okay. Ow,
Enjoy
ow.
your luck while you still draw breath.
On it. Be gone.
High momentum.
Okay.
Was that you? Or
Present future of we see possible outcome potentially. Okay.
not the Scryer's job. No can do.
Okay, just turn. Yeah, okay. Let me march over here. Swings. Okay. Let's just.
There's nowhere to hide.
Okay.
I am fear incarnate.
Let's watch again.
My purpose didn't stand a chance.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
I shall not fear. Already done.
Oh, so every time I kill, okay. No, just. Can I? Crap.
Suits my purposes.
Okay. Let's get you into full cover. And we're done. Now, since Argenta, where can you move? Nowhere. Oh. Okay. You could shoot me over here. I can shoot him from here. Damn it. I'm too far from the front lines.
Rejoice in battle! That is not the Emperor's will.
Let's shoot him. Damn it! Let's just go over
Guided
here.
by faith!
Let's do this.
Doubt is for the weak.
Crap. For him. Dash. Ah, crap. Let's
Follow
just
my lead.
come over here.
Reduced to dust.
Okay. Can I charge up there? No. Crap. Okay.
It will be done.
Let's hope he shoots you. Yep, he does.
Just a minor setback.
Okay, Adra, please come over here. And please zap him. I'm done. Over
Never
here.
wavered in the face of adversity.
And then die.
Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
He's dead. The hook. Someone. It's okay. Okay. Let's see. Tab. Alt inventory. Thank you very much. Oh, I finally got last.
We
Good.
must act. Victory awaits.
Whoa.
It's about time.
Anything
Follow my
over here?
Duty prevails.
Mauled by a force far beyond mortal capacity, the face is twisted in pain and hand fused. This way, right plus tools, scissors, and cutlery. Yeah, I think I did the. Is this door? No, I believe this is an elevator.
I did fine.
Oh, okay. What's a trap? Oh,
I'll
crap.
lay claim to the stars.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperialis.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
Oh, crap.
Carry the Emperor's will as your torch.
Well, I found the first bug in the game.